Hi everyone, welcome to my very first live stream, and it is all about me and the condition that I was born with. I tried looking it up online, and I don't quite know the name of it. But what this condition does is it affects my eyes. And I can go blind from it. And it can be a bad thing. I go to the doctor every year for my annual exam for glaucoma and cataracts. So far those tests have come back negative, and I'm happy for it. I was basically born with very large pupils and underdeveloped eyes. That's why I can't see. Some people tell me that I look normal. Yes, I look normal. I look fine. I look like everyone else. Except that you can't see that I have to wear special lenses to help me see. Without those lenses, everything around me is blurry. I can't read anything. I can't see very well. I can still get around. It just makes it much, much harder. I have had surgery on my eyes when I was a little girl to fix the drifting problem with both eyes. And the doctor said if I didn't have the surgery done, that I would have problems with my eyes for the rest of my life. So my mom had the surgery done, and it helped, but the problem still persists. I get headaches, I get blurred vision from time to time. Even with the corrective lenses in, my vision acts up, it blurs up, makes it hard to see. I've had retinal scarring from taking the contacts out, putting them back in. I've scratched myself in the eyes so many times from having trouble getting the contacts out. I've had basically eye infections, which are not good to get because they cause problems on their own that most people don't realize. I've had 2 eye infections recently. One was a brown ring, and the other was very foggy vision to where I could not see. The second one was worse because it made it really hard, and it had basically clouded up almost my whole eye in both eyes, and it left me able to see very little, and I was really, really scared, and there was nothing anyone could do. And I basically just went with it, tried to put my contacts in to see if the problem would go away, and it did not go away. Actually, it stayed the same with the contacts in. Unfortunately, it happened on a Sunday. I was off from work, and well, the doctor was not open. And I had an appointment that Tuesday to go to the doctor for an exam. And they couldn't find anything. It had cleared up by the next day. Don't know what caused it. don't know why I'm constantly getting eye infections. It's really, really scary and heartbreaking. My doctor's keeping an eye on this. I wish I knew what was going on, why this happens, but no one can explain it to me. No one can even tell me why I was born this way. But I choose not to let my disability bring me down. Because if I let it bring me down and I choose to live in a world why this happened to me, why can't anyone fix the problem and make me better, is not going to make me happy. So, when I was much, much older, I decided to get a dog and train him myself to be my service animal. His name is Elmo. He's 6 years old. I've had him ever since he was a puppy. You see him in a lot of my videos. I've talked to my eye doctor that I go to now. And she says, yeah, it's a good thing to train Elmo as my service dog. Because we don't know what each day is going to bring for me. But I choose to make the best out of each day. I take him places with me. Because if I'm ever by myself and I have something go wrong with my vision, I won't know who to ask for help. I won't be able to see anything. And if that happens, I won't know if I can trust the person I'm talking to get me to safety. I'm training Elmo right now to alert when I start rubbing my eyes because my eyes start to bother me for some unknown reason. That training's not coming along too good, but I'm going to keep it up. He has learned to cross the street with me when it's safe to do so. He has learned to come on command. He has learned to stay on command. I'm still training him. We're going to take the training classes together and we're going to do great. I know we are. And then once he passes those, the adult obedience classes, then we move on to the service dog training classes. And the more I keep training him and get him ready for those classes, the better we will do. I really don't want people to judge me. Because no one really knows the things I've been through except for my family and my friends. When I was younger, I used to get teased all the time for not being able to see. I've been ridiculed online before when I made videos about Elmo being my service dog. Until you get to know me and my story, please don't ridicule me. Please don't say mean things about me because you don't know me. I'm a really cool person to get to know. I love to go out and I like to have fun. My disability can be a pain sometimes for me. I have my good days and I have my bad days. I just posted a video of me going to the eye doctor today, and in the video you will see my doctor. She's really nice. I've been to other doctors before. I went to the Briars Eye Institute for Stanford. The eye doctor I used to have a long time ago, he no longer works for the eye care center in San Mateo. But he was my very first eye doctor that I've ever gone to. He helped me understand my disability a little bit better. And it was really cool that I got to know, like, what things were good for me and what things were not good for me to do. With this disability, I basically have to be very, very careful with my corrective lenses, because if I scratch myself in the eye the wrong way, I could end up leaving a scar in the center of my eye, and it'll make it really, really hard for me. And there won't be anything anyone can do for me. So if I am ever having trouble getting my corrective lenses out, I can always go to my brothers or my dad to get them out for me. And I make sure that they wash their hands before they put their hands in my eyes. I make sure they wash their hands after as well. I also take precaution when it comes to my eyes. When I have to take my corrective lenses out and when I have to put them in, I have to wash my hands thoroughly. I have to rinse the lenses thoroughly before putting them in, even though they've been sitting in solution overnight. And then the same thing when I take them out. I have to wash my hands, take them out, rinse them thoroughly, and make sure I get everything off those lenses. Today I went to the doctor and she found a yellow ring around both sets of contacts. We don't know what's causing it. I'm kind of worried, actually, because if we don't know what's causing it and the infection happens again, it could be 10 times worse. And by that meaning, it can cause problems with me being able to see, possibly me losing the little bit of vision that I do have. But I'm going to stay positive, and hopefully we can find out what this is and treat it, because I don't know what I would do without the little bit of sight that I do have. I have family that's staying positive and pushing me to keep advocating for myself and people that have the same disorder that I have. I also have exotopia, which means my eyes are, the curvature of my eyes is turned outward. The other one is inotropia, which means your eyes are turned inward. The curvature of your eyes is inward. We don't know what really causes all these vision disorders and vision problems. They're still doing research. I would really like to find a cure for these problems. But in the meantime, we're still trying to find out what's causing all these problems. Doctors are still trying to be advocates for people who are born with blurred vision or born with no vision. And I've told my doctors, let's keep doing research. Let's keep running genetic markers to see what we can find. Let's keep running all these tests. Because I don't want to find out that this disorder that I have will be passed on to my kids. It would really be actually kind of scary. Because they would have to go through the same things I've went through. Having surgery and wearing glasses and then going to contacts and more surgeries, and it would be kind of scary. Because I've asked my doctor and my mom if we could do the muscle strengthening surgery again that I had done once before, and my doctor says yes, my mom says no. So my mom's just worried that something could go wrong and I could go completely blind, and she does not want that for me. So I'm just gonna do what my mom wants and just take it one day at a time and just stay positive and keep advocating for young kids who are born this way, adults who have this problem, and keep trying to educate the public on this as well. Because when you go out somewhere with your service dog and you're constantly bothered by one person, it doesn't feel good. Because I've also noticed how I go somewhere with my dog Elmo, who I'm training to be my service dog, and I'll get asked, is he a service dog? And I say yes. And I don't get asked anything else after that. People just leave me alone. They won't bother me. But sometimes I get told, you can't bring your service dog here. People are scared of your service dog. And I'm like, no one has any reason to be scared of my service dog. All they have to do is just leave me and my service dog alone. Let us be quiet. We're not bothering anyone. And they won't leave it alone. They constantly harass me, bug me, try to get me upset to the point to where I get so upset that my blood pressure rises to very dangerous levels, and I collapse. Unfortunately, that has happened to me once before in the mall in Daly City with my brother and my service dog. It was not fun. It was quite scary. we had to call for help, and the lady who basically harassed me and my brother and my service dog, she didn't care if I was disabled or not. She didn't care if the problem was increased or not. She didn't care if my health was affected or not. The good thing that came out of this whole thing was when I hit the floor from my blood pressure rising, I fell to my knees first and then slumped to the side, and my shoulders hit second, and my head, I placed my head on the floor inside the mall, because I knew if I would have hit my head the wrong way or too hard, I could have caused damage to my eyes. And Elmo left my side to go get help, while my little brother stayed behind, and he told the lady to stop harassing me and leave me alone. And my dog ran and got help, and he ran and got a security guard who basically followed him back to me where I was laying on the floor. And we got the lady away from me, and paramedics came out and checked my blood pressure, and it was really, really high. And I didn't go to the hospital. I just sat inside the mall on the floor where I had collapsed, with Elmo by my side and my little brother by my side. And I'm so grateful for both of them, actually, because I rely on my younger brother when I'm having problems with my vision. I rely on my mom, I rely on my dad, and my older brother when I have these problems that are really sporadic. They come, they go. It can be a little bit annoying at times when I have these problems. My doctor still hasn't figured out why I have them. But I'm just grateful for everyone who has been supportive of me, mostly my family and my friends, and people that I don't even know. They tell me to stay positive, and that's been helping a lot with my day-to-day. And it helps me stay upbeat. Hopefully my vision won't get worse as I get older. Hopefully it'll just stay the same. With the corrective lenses, if it doesn't stay the same with the corrective lenses, then I have to take action. Meaning I'm going to have to either put in specialized eye drops to help with the problems, and keep going for cataracts and glaucoma testing. If I ever do get cataracts, I have to put in special drops that I have to get from my doctor, who has put in a prescription. and we have to put those drops in, and if that doesn't work, then I don't know what would be her next plan of action. Probably surgery. For glaucoma, I just have to make sure I don't hit my head the wrong way or damage the nerves because they're not fully developed. And if I want to do the muscle strengthening surgery again, I have to get everyone's approval. I have to sign off on it. My doctors have to sign off on it. My mom has to sign off on it. And the surgeon has to sign off on it. But I have a funny feeling the surgeon will say no because of the scar tissue that I already have in both eyes. Which makes the surgery like 10 times more challenging. Because they say if you have too much scar tissue buildup, it can cause you to go blind in both eyes. So, I think it would be best not to try to do any kind of surgery. But if we have to do surgery, then that will be the last option for everything. And hopefully everyone will be supportive of me. I'm just doing the best that I can, being born with a disability that I don't really know too much about, except that I was born with blurry vision. Without contacts or glasses, I can't see. It makes it hard to get around. At night it makes it 10 times worse because I can't see anything at all. Can't see people. Can't see dogs, cats, cars. I can't see anything. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this video and comment, rate, and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.